I used to hear it. Show an Bible. Ma? Get the verse for me. Let's look at it. Who said it? Mommy Gio says yes. So she's looking for it for us. Book of what is it? It's also okay. Can you give her a mic, please? Have you found it? Okay, they are looking for it. So while they are looking for it, let's go on with our message. A lot of Christians don't understand this. And let me tell you this thing about this God that we serve. The God that we serve is a God that has his own method. Hear me. The God that we serve is a God that has his own timing. Only method here. Only timing here. And he said in his word that his ways may not even be your ways. You know, yesterday we were praying my brother and my sister. By the time we finished praying, we were now talking about testimonies. Then my younger brother said, Pastor, we're just talking about the ways of God. And my brother said there was a time that he was almost angry because he went for an interview. He passed the interview so well, and he thought he concluded, I have this job. Okay, you have it. Okay, hope deferred make the heart sick, but when the desire come, it is a tree of life. Okay, that's the Proverbs of Solomon. But when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life. It does not mean that that's the will of God, though. Now, this is the experience of Solomon. Am I communicating? Solomon was saying, when promise is delayed. But when we talk about the promise that is delayed, it's not talking about the promise of God here. It is when man gives you a promise and it has not come to pass. Don't apply this one to promises of God, because God has his own pattern. So my brother now said he was surprised. In fact, he said they had even congratulated him. He said all of a sudden they just said, sorry, we can no longer give you the job. He said, but Pastor, do you know that the one I now got later was far better than the one present? I now told them when I was summarizing, I said one thing is this, that we may not understand. Let us thank God for the things we do not understand. Now, how do you think Joseph will feel the day his brothers were selling him? Now, if you are Joseph, how will you feel? Your own blood brothers, they bring you out. They took you to Ojaba. If our Ojaba is even close, they took you to Semeboda. And at Semeboda, they know that selling you to out of Nigeria is you are gone. Or to Togo, the border there. And they said, how much? And they sold him away. God has a pattern. God wanted to take him to Egypt, but the love of his father will never allow him to go. That's why, look up. I want to teach you something. In your times of delay, what should you be doing? In your times of delay, be building yourself. Do you know that there are so many things I did in the days when our ministry was so young that I don't have time to do again now? Now, one of them is that I use my hands to write all my books that are in the market. Sorry, it's my hand. All my books in the market, I wrote them by my hand. So what I do now, I write books in batches, yes, pieces of papers. Then I'll look for somebody to assemble it for me. But before, money time. The way I used to pray before my children came, it's not the way I'm praying now. Those days I could go on long-term fast. Go on hours without talking to anybody. God's method is different. And listen, it is you that look at the human time and believe that God is late. He has his own program. Say here. It is when you feel that prophecy is delayed, or it looks as if God is not going to show up, that you begin to relax. God has his own method and timing. One of the major reasons why a lot of believers will feel delayed and switch to sleep mode is when they do not take time, hear me, to relate with the Holy Spirit. Now look up. Let me tell you something here. It is only the Holy Spirit that knows God's timing.